Welcome everybody! Souldin of the Grin Brothers here, and it's time for another Grin Brothers with others. The others being Miiverse Shelter. You know the drill by now if you're watching this. If not, you know, there's some other matches to watch. But to be fair, with Smash Bros replays, you don't really need to watch them in order, do you? Heck, I've been going back to front here with the order I've been doing these. This one's actually the first one recorded that second session of a match that I did with the Miiverse Shelter Discord group. So yeah, we've didn't have any of these. Actually, I think I may have made it a point. There was a few matches we had of pyra and Miiverse on the Temple stage, and I'm pretty sure I deliberately didn't record them because I was so sick and tired of Temple because we had so many fights on Temple. But yes, so we got 3 here. Not as many as before, but I kind of poorly balanced it out when they came. Okay. HP is Zero Suit Samus. I think this is Roy's Crow. The pink puff is Kirby, and I'm Little Mac. I am not. You can tell I'm Little Mac when it's the Great Little Mac. I am not what I'd call great with Little Mac, but I don't think anyone is great with Little Mac when you get down to it. Like Little Mac is actually how I term the balance of this game. If it's favourable against Little Mac, then honestly, or if Little Mac isn't like a 50-50 sort of thing, then it's still imbalanced. So I think this is a very imbalanced game, because there have been flaws with Little Mac since day one and they've never addressed them. And that is the fact that Little Mac's existence doesn't pan out of this game, and also is once again another case of Sakurai not being kind of reflective of canon, because Little Mac plays very differently to what he should be if you were being true to his games. Like, he's typically a counter boxer, which whilst he does have a counter, it's actually not that impressive of a counter. His counter should be much more of a deadly tool, and really he should definitely have a stun punch in his repertoire. Like a stun punch which allows him to like stun an opponent whilst they're in air, so they end up going into free fall, would make the risk of him jumping a tool actually worth something. But no, they focused so much on him being such a grounded fighter, and then making him a fast, a sort of strong fighter. Which fast, yeah, I can understand. But when you get down to it, Little Mac isn't actually that strong, particularly compared to all of his much heavier weight opponents he has to deal with. Little Mac's forte is his counter. And the only strong sort of like blow, which does a lot of damage, is his star uppercut. Whoa, expert dodged the laser there. Or HP just poorly aimed that, given that no one actually got killed by it. Whew, okay, I should probably try to talk about through the entirety of these matches, but honestly, this is the point where my throat started to wear out from the constant talking. So, Metroid Dread, yeah, that came out recently. Figured say that Samus is there, sort of thing. I was a big fan of Metroid Fusion, not as much as say Raffi or Kiris, who I think preferred it even more, but it's my favourite of the Metroid games. I mean, I liked Other M. Though I've never completed Other M, I will admit to that. I enjoyed Other M, but I do feel the Fusion is better. And admittedly, there are some elements to Other M that could be better. I liked what they attempted to do, but a lot of elements do repeat from from Fusion, which I felt negatively affected. Like, I don't have a problem with actually the whole PTSD aspect. Whilst it could have been handled better, I felt it was like a nice homage to the sort of Metroid manga sort of thing, and I felt it was kind of understandable that Samus would suffer from that. And I mostly like the characterization of Samus. I did like the idea that she was more of a stoic, sort of like using a One Piece example, a Nika Robin-esque sort of character, rather than, like, I felt like a lot of people tend to, in fanfiction in particular, from the Smash Bros, you kind of got more of a aggressive, tomboy woman sort of thing, usually going on a lot of Smash Bros fanfics, and of course that was usually where I wasn't really reading a lot of Metroid fanfics sort of thing, or more like sort of character vibe where the stoic sort of thing who is more quiet sort of thing. I felt kind of fit a bit better. So I actually felt the voice actress did a perfect job in that regard because it fit. I felt. Particularly for someone to, some people say, oh, the dialogue is so awkward. It's like, yeah, Samus barely spends time with anyone. I'm happy that I managed to get a nice win as Little Mac there. Heck, my favourite number and all. That was pretty good showing. Yeah! Like, if it was like an hour and a half, I'd say, or to 2 hours we played, well, probably about 2 hours. I played about the first 40 minutes. I played the last 40 minutes, but everything in between, I didn't. I thought it was Kaku who was playing pyra Miiverse, but I guess it was, yeah, I think it's, again, one of the people I'm not sure I'm allowed to mention who's playing as Isabelle. Kirby's the pink puff. Pyra Miiverse could be, there could be a lot of people. Like, Kirby is almost always either me or it's the pink puff. But you can tell I'm playing as Little Mac because, well, one, because there's someone playing as Little Mac, but also because it's Grey Little Mac. Grey is my second favourite colour, so that's the choice. I mean, there is an orange Little Mac, but I don't think it's a particularly good-looking orange sort of thing. I think this is the only match with Pyra Miiverse, so, yeah, let's talk about Xenoblade. I was never going to get into Xenoblade. Its combat style, the way the game plays, reminds me too much of, sort of like Final Fantasy 12 sort of thing, or like how MMOs play, with like the sort of like bar of the bomb sort of thing. Gameplay-wise, it's just never going to get me sort of thing. So I never really tried out the Xenoblades. I could tell from the get-go that it didn't really seem my cup of tea. Design-wise, I really like the, you know, the visuals of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Pyra Miiverse do have some pretty cool designs. I do honestly feel that there's some sort of selective bias with Sakurai here in, you know, in some of the choices. Because it felt like Rex, like, I don't understand the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 case. I mean, I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so maybe I don't understand the exact story reason. But it seems weird to me that drivers are even needed at all, sort of thing, because Pyra Miiverse can evidently fight themselves and use their respective weapon themselves, which I believe is also referred to the Monado, despite how it looks completely different. So it just feels kind of superfluous as to why they need a driver in, you know, the sort of like blade wielder in the form of Rex, for instance. You know, just like, it's a strange story element that didn't make much sense, you know, from this outside perspective. Maybe, you know, has a proper explanation in-game sort of thing. But, you know, it's like the original sort of like thing that people interpreted, thinking that Pyra was the sword, you know, kind of like a feed to Skyward Sword, I felt was a much cooler concept, and I'm disappointed that that wasn't the case. I feel that would have justified, you know, kind of Rex's need for being there. It's a shame because Rex also has a pretty darn cool design, sort of thing. I like they did at least find a way to include him still into the game of Smash Bros. Here, but it's a bit weird that they, you know, jumped over Rex being involved. I think there was a whole thing about, you know, difficulties of getting Rex and Pyra on screen at the same time, sort of thing. But no, I feel, despite people, you know, the sort of, it's not Sakurai's choice sort of thing, I feel a lot of it is definitely influenced by some bias from Sakurai, sort of thing. I mean, heck, you can tell that through the DLC cast themselves. A lot of them are from RPGs, sort of thing, which is well known that Sakurai actually has a fondness for RPGs. Like, just, yeah, I don't think there's a single game where he isn't a fan of that they've included in the Smash DLC. So, even with the limitations of you get to choose from a list, it's clear that quite a lot of them are to his liking. And they had a bigger say than people tend to think. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the overall DLC, how that went. Like, in the end, Min Min and Pyra Miiverse are the only DLC characters I've liked in the entire Smash DLC. Because everyone else has either been third-party or third-party clones or, you know, Nintendo editions that probably didn't need to be added. You didn't need yet another extra Fire Emblem character, for instance. But yeah, Pyra Miiverse were pretty fun to use and Min Min was pretty fun to use. I think Min Min's a bit more distinct. Pyra Miiverse is kind of... Pyra Miivere's inclusion annoys me because it reminds me again that they've kept Zelda and Sheik split. But then they go and introduce another split fight. It's sort of like how the Belmont inclusions annoy me, not just because of their being third party, but because they nerfed every other zoner in the game. They nerfed Rosalina, they nerfed Duck Hunt Dog, they nerfed the zoning capabilities of everyone, and then they go and add the Belmonts who are just so annoying as zoners because they're just spam happy. And Pyoro, yeah, he's actually, we can't mention more of that, but I've got to say that the little hurricane really likes Pyoro. Okay, these matches, I'm Robin, because I was proud that I unlocked Robin. Yeah, Crow is Corrin, I know that for definite. Actually no, do I know that for definite? I'm pretty sure it's Crow is Corrin and HB is Pichu? Or I could have gone, or HB is Corrin and Pichu is, I think that'd be again one of the people who didn't get named, sort of thing. Both are agile characters, thus they fit into the HB category. And it's a little harder to try to guess who's who with some of the, given like two to three people haven't sort of granted me permission to say their names in the recording. I'm not particularly good with Robin, but she was the character I used in, as like my Super Smash Bros. 4 main. Though I feel now I'm better with both Little Mac and Wii Fit training in this particular installment of Smash Bros. And Robin is Robin is again a character I would, if it was out of my personal choice, I would have never included in Smash Bros. Myself. Cool character they are, but not really, someone I'd have picked or considered. And of Fire Emblem reps, aside from Marth and Ike, the one I would have considered would be Anna, because she is the most recurring character, and there's a lot you can actually work with her because of her multiple appearances. Be it either the Merchant or thanks to, in particular, to Awakening, wherein they, she was a playable role in that. Anna also is a key player in the Fire Emblem Hero sort of thing. And there might be a way to also represent that in sort of thing, given it is I'm pretty sure it's Nintendo's most important of the mobile games that that they've purely been involved, in. Because there's Pokemon Go is pretty important. It is a cultural phenomenon, but I feel Fire Emblem Heroes is what kind of really kicked off them using a lot of the mobile stuff. Look at that cat go! Look at that cat! Oh no, the cat's gone. And, that was hilarious. Did you just give it up? So out of curiosity, for anyone who is watching, are there any characters that you ended up using because you've enjoyed how they play, but ultimately, you're not a fan of the character's inclusion, or, you would have never have considered including the character yourself sort of thing? I'm not a fan of Ganondorf being a Captain Falcon clone. But I enjoyed playing, Ganondorf as this heavier, slower Captain Falcon clone sort of character. I would have gladly have, even though he was my main, otherwise my second main, I'd have gladly sacrificed him in order to get a more accurate Ganondorf. And if you needed a heavyweight Captain Falcon style character, you could have had a Black Shadow with only a few more distinct elements to him. Maybe have his motion bomb sort of thing, maybe something with bullhorns, or his electric whips he can some sort of thing, and still make the basis be the whole Captain Falcon clone material but heavier. So yeah, the first match we had as a group there for the second session, I won it. Yeah, and I won it with Robin, who I'm pretty sure I never won a single other match with in this recording session. Obviously none of the other records because there's no other recordings of Robin, but yeah. I think every one of them had me in it. I think there may have only been one where I wasn't involved, but I'm not sure which that was. Next time, I hope, I'll be able to actually, record matches where I don't participate at all. I may still commentate over them, just bantering sort of back and forth. Don't think I'll bring a drink with me next time. Oh gosh, my throat has had it. Yeah, I was in that one. I was in that one, in that one. Pretty sure I was in all of these as well. Yeah, I was in every single one of these. There wasn't a single one I wasn't in. Shame that. But next time in the next batch there will be fights I'm not in at all. So that'll be interesting to see, and you'll have a clear understanding of who's who because they'll actually be able to say who's who. Oh gosh, my throat. I hope you enjoyed this commentary because it's really knackered me out. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed, and there'll be more Smash Bros. Matches with Miiverse Shelter, and this time with more than just me, being able to commentate, which, I just realised I need to ask Rafi for his other snowball, because I need 2 snowballs, one for the Discord, to attach to my other laptop so the Discord chat can be heard, and the other for the actual, recording, so the recording can be caught. Not sure quite how I'm going to set that up, actually. May have to use the other desk and do a lot of wiggling. In any case, cheer everyone!